Father, the sleeper has awakened!
What's up, YouTube? It's Artisan MC, and today I'm going to talk about do you call that a debate? Now, presidential debates happened a couple days ago, and I went back the next day, yesterday, and watched the whole debate. Watched the whole debate in the end, no interruptions, just listening. And I've watched a few of these, okay? I tell you, when I got really into understanding and trying to understand politics, I was absorbing that. I do it like I do most anything else. I totally immerse myself in that and just focus and suck it up, right? So I've seen a few debates in my time. What I saw Tuesday night, there wasn't no dang debate. That was not a debate. That was two old dudes trying to get at each other. It was. And it took somebody else saying it to put it into perspective, because I don't care for Biden or Trump, neither one of them. I care literally nothing about either one of them. Only difference is one of them is actually the president, and the other one wants to be the president. Now, I've been very clear that I would not vote for Biden for anything, even if they paid me. I wouldn't vote for Biden, because beyond being behind the 94 crime bill, I didn't like him as a vice president. I didn't like him then. He was just there because he was the man standing next to the man. This time around, he wanted to be the man. And for me, he still hasn't done anything that I would see as being commendable or earning of being the president of the free world. No, I know what I'm getting with you. So, anyway, it took somebody else to make me realize that both of these guys are, past their middle 70s, past their mid 70s. Okay, so these are not spring chickens by anybody's estimation. They may be young for a mountain, but they running neck and neck with a redwood tree. Okay? So, listening to these guys on this debate, what I heard was something that I could have heard any night of the week on any panel, almost any panel, on YouTube. Talking about anything else, any topic you could think of that would be triggering to some people, you would have heard the same level of discussion. And that's what bothered me about it, and was kind of funny in a dysfunctional way about it, was that here it is, these guys are going in some senses on each other. But you're not hearing them address anything that's necessarily said, any of the policies, how you're going to be president, what you'll do as president. All it is a bunch of personal attacks and talking over each other. No kind of decorum whatsoever. Not even in a moderator, who I didn't like at all. I thought the moderator was incredibly visibly biased. I mean, even if you don't like Trump, if it's your job to be a moderator, moderate. You're supposed to be unbiased. Or you're supposed to be able to put aside your bias and just run a legit discussion. I couldn't figure out if he was running for president too, if he wanted the nomination as well, because the way the moderator was going at Trump, who is the president, was like, dude, do you want a shot at the title too? Oh, like, what the heck? You're supposed to be the calm one. You're the moderator, right? You're supposed to keep the tone and the temper of this stuff moderate. That's why. But that's not what happened. What happened was a semi shit show, for lack of a better term. So I'm looking at this and it's just getting irritating to me because, mind you, I said I listened to this. I didn't sit there and watch their faces. I just listened to it because I just wanted to hear what they were saying. Just wanted to hear the points. I wanted to hear what they were saying. And I was at work too, so I'm just listening. And just listening to it, it's a cacophony of ridiculous words. Now, did they make some points on questioning each other about some stuff? Yes. But to me, the biggest points that came out of that weren't, oh, Trump didn't denounce neo-Nazis and stuff like that, or hate groups. That wasn't the biggest point out of it. That's what everybody wants to run with. That wasn't the biggest point. The biggest point of that whole thing that I got out of there is, number one, Joe Biden says he is the Democratic Party. And that shocked the heck out of me. Because I'm looking at him and understanding who he is, and it's like, that's not an endorsement. And if you are the best that they have to put forward, and you are taking it on the back, like, this is my party, I am the party, what I say happens is gonna happen. Oh, you is tripping. Really? No. That, to me, was really shocking. I can't think of listening to another presidential nominee saying something like that. I am the party. And it was said in that tone that sounded like real authoritarian, in a sense. Like, they're just going to do what the heck I tell them, and that's going to be the end of it. It's like, hey, you want to be president? You ain't going to be talking to me like that. Nah, that's not how the presidency actually works, homeboy. I don't know if you know that. You might have been there for 8 years, but it seems like you didn't study this out. But no, that's not how that works. The part that Trump was pissing me off on, which was constantly talking over the dude. Now, I equate this, and I give him a caveat here, not because I like Trump, just because I've worked in corporate America. That's corporate America. That is corporate America. That is a board meeting, was what he was doing. He was talking like he was in a board meeting, because to his detriment and to his benefit, Trump is not a politician. He's not. He don't know how to get up there and play nice with you. He don't know how to get up there and just schmooze and kind of not say what you mean, but mean something that you didn't actually say. He doesn't know how to do that. Like I said, it's a benefit and a detriment at the same time. So what you get out of him is him coming straight at somebody, which seems really aggressive. Business is aggressive. Business is not no touchy-feely, let's put the little soccer boppers on our hands and just kind of lightly punch each other in the face, but not hurt each other. No, you go the heck in. And if somebody is spouting some untruths about your character and your behavior, you're gonna go back. You're gonna fire back. And you're gonna fire back with both barrels. There is no moderation. You going in. That's what he was doing. Now, it's irritating to watch because he's just, talking over Biden at times. But I understand why he's doing it, because he senses an untruth. He wants to have that corrected before you go any further in the conversation. He wants to have that corrected. He's challenging every point at the minute the point is risen. Why? Because he thinks like that. Sitting there waiting for Sleepy Joe to drone on for fucking 10 minutes and never get to a point and never address what was asked of him, but just to weave this tapestry of BS, takes too long. That's what politicians do. Another politician would sit there and listen to all that stuff and would have had the training of being a politician for years to be able to go back through and sift out all the actual nuggets and then compose a response to all of those points 15 minutes ago. People who are not politicians don't do that. They attack every point you bring up. The first time you say something untrue, they jump in on it. Second time you say something untrue, they're jumping in on it. You're not going to get a 10-minute long diatribe or a 2-minute long diatribe to spit out a bunch of untruths and have him go back and follow the breadcrumbs and address everyone in sequence for another 2 minutes. That's not how that's going to work. A person that's not a politician is going to seize on everyone because they're willing to listen to you as long as you're speaking the truth. The minute you say something that's not truthful, they own you. That's how that works. Now, because this is a presidential debate, the first one for these two people, you're seeing a politician and you're seeing a businessman. Their styles are different. Their styles will clash. But what you end up seeing is just two old dudes who actually would have a better chance of going out in the grass and slipping off their shoes and having a little fisticuffs. That would have did it a little bit better. You know? Joe could have ripped off Trump's toupee and, Trump could have kicked him in the balls and they could have just went at it. That would have been it. But instead, what you got was shameful. A shameful display. You have to remember that Biden was the vice president. He got down to telling the dude to shut up, calling him a clown. It's like, what kind of respect for the office do you have? Regardless of the person, do you respect the office? Because this is the office that you want. Would you accept somebody talking to you like that if you were president? That doesn't show you being presidential. And you've been in the White House already. That means you ain't ready. You are not ready. You need more seasoning. Or like Daffy Duck would say, you need more briefing. Elmer Fudd, you need more briefing. So, I watched it. I listened to it. Points were made on both sides that you can look into and pay attention to. That whole thing about him not denouncing hate groups and stuff, look. He put out his little platinum plan and put their names right in it. Right in it. Now, whether it goes through or not, it's right out there. That's his plan. He put it out there. What else can you say? That should be a moot point. If you listen to anybody who's actually doing some research on this after the debates, you'll see that he said this on a number of occasions. He's denounced him on a number of occasions. Which somebody else pointed out that his father was one of the people arrested way back when in New York of being one of these groups. That would probably be why he denounces it so heavy or says no to it. Makes sense to me. I don't know a lot of second, third generation Klansmen. I don't, especially not in this era. Don't. They have to live in some really sectioned off places, but coming from some major metropolitan area, no, can't think of it. I banged a Klansman's granddaughter, so what does that tell you? So I don't know. This was not a debate to me. This was a presidential panel discussion on YouTube, and since I watched it on YouTube, it was probably fitting that I did watch it. I'm just glad it didn't happen in the Black Manosphere. Truthfully. So that's my 2 cents on this. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, try to cool off and whatnot, but the next debate should be interesting. You'll get Mike Pence and Kamala Harris. Like, I want to hear what she has to say. I really don't. But I will listen just so I can see what kind of memes I want to use in my next couple of videos. So, like, share, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.